know that Bhutan was the first country who is member of the college and also the president of BMBC. Professor Abdul Qadir Khan, counselor of the college. Professor Constantly Burua is the first president as well as the vice chancellor of the college. He is on the dais. Professor Abul Kashan Tandukar is the counselor and professor of medicine. Professor A.B. Maqsoodul Alam, he is counselor as well as principal of Ceremonial Medical College. Professor Kohinoor Begum, professor of gynae and obstetrics as well as a counselor. First of all, I would like to mention the name of Professor S.J. Arda, who is sitting on the dais. Sir, would you please raise your hand? Yes, he is running 93, a young man of 93. Professor Tobidul Amar Chaudhary, Professor is not present. Professor Rashid Mahmood, first president and later professor of surgery. Professor M.D. Abdul Momin Khan, he is the past president as well as professor of dermatology. Professor Nazmul Nahar, past president and professor of pediatrics. Professor Mahmoud Hassan, past president and professor of gastroenterology.
Hello, good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Govt and I am the Prime Minister of Bhutan and I also graduated from Minister College.
Is the working cabinet secretary and fan of Bangladesh.
Good afternoon. My name is Govt. I am a medical doctor. I passed from Ceremonial Medical College. I work as a secretary.
On behalf of the Council of the Bangladesh College of Physicians and Surgeons and on my own behalf, I am delighted to express my heartfelt congratulations to you on your impressive election and elected as the Honorable Prime Minister of the Royal Government of Bhutan. Honorable Prime Minister, we feel very proud of you that you, being the fellow of Bangladesh College of Physicians and Surgeons, became the Prime Minister of the Royal Government of Bhutan. Your Excellency may be aware that the BCPS was established by the initiative of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman in 1972 by presidential order with only 54 fellows. At present, fellow number is 6,149. The Parliament of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh passed BCPS Act 2018 on 10th January 2018, which is a historical day. You may know that in 1972, 10th January, the father of the nation has returned from Pakistani prison. That is a historical day, and BCPS Act also passed on 10th January 2018, the same day. The college has introduced for many courses for improvement of the quality of fellows and examinees. The college has introduced ATLS and ACLS courses in collaboration with different organizations, especially Society of Surgeons of Bangladesh and American College of Surgeons and American Heart Associations respectively. Our beloved Honorable Prime Minister, always kind enough for the cause of Bangladesh College of Physicians and Surgeons, and our beloved Prime Minister has taken the trouble to raise 4 convocations as chief guest, and once she kindly taken trouble to come to BCPS premises to lay down the foundation stone of administrative building of Bangladesh College of Physicians and Surgeons. We are grateful to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Ministry of Finance and Directorate of Health Services for their wholehearted support for continued development of Bangladesh College of Physicians and Surgeons. We are extremely grateful to our Honorable Prime Minister for our generosity towards the cause of BCPS. Honorable Prime Minister, Bhutan has been one of the most friendly neighboring country of Bangladesh. Our friendship is extended by regular high-level exchanges and wide-ranging cooperation in many fields. We believe that there is much scope to exchange the views and expertise in medical education and health services between two countries. Bhutan and Bangladesh share excellent bilateral ties. We remember with gratitude the role of Bhutan during our liberation war in 1971. Bhutan is the first country to recognize Bangladesh as an independent and sovereign country. It is an auspicious milestone which I hope can be a springboard to raise our bilateral relationship to new heights. I wish and your family good health, long life, happiness, and the one friendly people of Royal Government of Bhutan continued peace, progress, and prosperity. At the end, I once again express my sincere thanks and gratitude to the Honorable Chief Guest, Her Excellency and His entourage, past presidents, councillors, respected guests, and all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your beautiful presentation. All of us know that this college was founded by the father of our nation, Govt Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Now, our Senior Vice President, Professor Tajul Islam Mahmoud Abdullah Al Farouk, demonstrated a multimedia presentation comprising the history of the college and the present status of the college.
Respected Chairman, President of the College, Honorable Chief Guest, His Excellency, Prime Minister, the Royal Government of the Bhutan, and the proud product of this college, Her Excellency, Secretary Minister of Health Education and Family Welfare, envoys of His Excellency on the active initiative of the Father of the Nation, Govt Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Subsequently, it was ratified by the Parliament as BCPS Act in 2018. BCPS started its journey from a small room in Dhaka Medical College Hospital attached to Ward number 8, which was the office of the CPSP Eastern Wing. From there, it is shifted to IPGMR Shahbag. And from Shahbag, premises Mohagani via an abandoned house in Dhanmondi Road number 3. Up till now, the college has produced 6,201 fellows and 2,840 members. The college is governed by 20-member council, of which in specialty subjects, the process in primary is as like in general subjects. They have to appear in applied basic science, and after qualifying, they have to go 2 years training in para and general subjects. After completion of training, they have to appear an intermediate assessment program, which we call preliminary FCPS Part 2 examination. After qualifying preliminary FCPS Part 2, they have to enroll in the college for subspecialty training. This subspecialty training is for 3 years, and during this 3 years period, they have to do a research work, which we call the thesis. Alternatively, the fellows who has completed their fellowship in general subjects, if they desire to do subspecialty, they have to enroll with the college for subspecialty training for 3 years, and the rest of the program is similar. The college accreditates the different training centers through a structured system and monitored through regular inspection in its own way. The centers of this country affiliated with the college is Medical College Hospital, Postgraduate Institute Hospital, University Hospital, Specialized Hospital, and District Hospitals. In abroad, college accredited training to those centers who are recognized by the Royal College of UK, Australia, Canada, College of Physicians, Service of Pakistan, and Postgraduate Medical Education Board of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Oman, UAE, and other Gulf countries, Singapore, Malaysia, and other countries. There are scope for institutions abroad to seek affiliation of BCPS. The Department of Examination holds examination twice in a year. This is a fixed date on first working day of January and first working day of July. There is no change, even in national emergency, the examination, up till now we hold the examination in the fixed dates. And results are published within 1 hour of completion of the examination. The college invites a good number of examiners from abroad, like UK, Australia, Canada, Singapore, Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, India, and many other countries. Even Department of Medical Education, they cater faculty development programs by holding seminars, workshops, etc., and they do educational research. Research and Training Monitoring Department, they run the training programs on dissertation writing for the trainees and how to guide dissertation and research program for the trainers. The Department of Skill Development, they conduct different courses for basic skills and advanced skills. And some programs are on the pipeline. Department of Information Technology, they produce software and conduct basic computer course. Department of Press and Publication, they publish journals, which is the prestigious journal of the country, and it is indexed in different indexing websites. The college library is a part of the Library Consortium of Bangladesh for assessing to online journals. It has networking with national and international centers. There is scope of browsing the library. The museum is arranged in a modern design with good collection of specimens. It is in the process of converting a digital museum. Ladies and gentlemen, BCPS is playing a unique role in producing specialists in various disciplines of medical science who are serving as medical teachers and service providers as consultants and specialists all over the country in different institutions and also abroad. BCPS offers postgraduate training and education not only to local doctors but also to doctors from anywhere in the world. So there is scope to extend collaboration. May I invite His Excellency to extend collaboration in this field. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor. Now, I am very much glad to inform you about our senior-most past president with us, Professor S.A. Ashraf. I have already mentioned that he is a young man of 93 years. May I request Professor Ashraf?
We are indeed very pleased to learn that you have been once in this country, spent part of your academic career when you are a medical graduate and thereafter as a fellowship candidate in this college. You are one of our most dignified fellows and one of the most distinguished surgeons of your country. We admire your presence here and we personally thank you very much.
Now, the address will be given by the Honorable Secretary, Mr. G.M. Salehudin, Minister of Health, Education and Family Welfare, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh.
Chair, Professor Dr. Din Mohammed, President of BCPS, Chief Guest, His Excellency Dr. Lotay Tshering, Honorable Prime Minister, Royal Government of Bhutan, Her Excellency Madam Prime Minister Dr. Govt, Minister and Cabinet Secretary of Bhutan, Honorable Minister in Waiting, Dr. Anam Rahman, State Minister for Disaster Relief and Rehabilitation, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Honorable Bangladesh Ambassador to Bhutan, Vice Chancellor, BSMM, First Presidents of BCPS, Senior Vice Presidents, Councillors, faculties, distinguished guests, journalists from electronic and print media. Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon to you all. I used to take the privilege to welcome His Excellency Prime Minister of Bhutan, Her Excellency Madam Prime Minister, and distinguished delegates at the auspicious premise of Bangladesh College of Physicians and Surgeons, which has been the pioneer in developing postgraduate medical education and training in Bangladesh. Government of Bangladesh recognizes the contribution of this institution in producing specialists in different disciplines of medical sciences. Today, we are highly delighted and honored to have Honorable Prime Minister of Bhutan, Her Excellency Madam Prime Minister and delegates. It has become a part of glorious and memorable history of BCPS. Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Prime Minister got admitted in Ministry Medical College, thus at 28, in 1991 and received his MBBS degree in 1997. After completion of his MBBS course, he achieved XBS degree on general surgery in 2002 from this college. His Excellency Dr. Lotay Tshering excelled in his studies and bagged the much coveted Father William Mackay Gold Medal for academic excellence in 1991 in Ceremonial. He was awarded the Hard Son of Bhutan Medal, Druk Thakse, for his dedicated service to the sick and weak. He also holds the Unsung Heroes Medal from Dalai Lama in 2005. His Excellency Prime Minister, our Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, had focused on ensuring healthcare to the poor and marginalized people of Bangladesh. To realize the dream of the Father of the Nation, Bangladesh has made significant achievements in the health sector. Under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Over the last decades, Bangladesh achieved a lot in health sector. Excellencies, Government of Bangladesh had increased the number of seats for the students of Bhutan from 10 to 15 in MBBS courses from next session. As the first country to recognize independence of Bangladesh in 1971, the Bangladesh-Bhutan friendly relationship is historical, tested and trusted. The visit of Honorable Prime Minister of Bhutan will further strengthen and consolidate the bilateral relationship between these two countries. And we believe that these relationships will be further strengthened by the visit of Honorable Prime Minister of Bhutan. Finally, I would like to thank and congratulate His Excellency Honorable Prime Minister, Her Excellency Madam Prime Minister, distinguished delegates and others present here. Thank you all.
Thank you. Now, the President of the College, Honorable President of the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Bangladesh, Professor Qazi Din Muhammad Sir, will deliver his speech. But prior to giving the speech, I would like to request him to deliver the crest as well as the token of love from the college. And as we know, our chief guest, Professor Qazi Din Muhammad, the President of the college, will deliver the crest to Dr. Lotay Tshering, the Honorable Prime Minister of the Surgeons, and also delivering this gift for the Prime Minister as well as from the Her Excellency. Thank you, sir.
It is my enormous pleasure to receive and extend warm welcome to His Excellency Dr. Lotay Tshering, Prime Minister of Royal Government of Bhutan. I am also especially delighted to welcome Her Excellency Madam Dr. Ogen Dima to be with us here in BCPS. We are extremely honored by your presence, sir, and my sincere welcome to all the members of delegates as well. সবাইকে আমি জানাই অগ্রিম বাংলার নববর্ষের শুভেচ্ছা। Ladies and gentlemen, today is a historical and ever-remembering day for BCPS because His Excellency Dr. Lotay Tshering is a proud fellow of BCPS. He obtained fellowship in surgery in the year 2002. Your presence here, His Excellency, today clearly shows how much you love BCPS, how much you love your colleagues, friends, and mentors here. BCPS is in your soul too. His Excellency, every fellow is the ambassador of BCPS, as you are, but you are now the Prime Minister of Royal Govt of Bhutan. This is indeed a very fabulous news for all the fellows of BCPS. We are so proud, His Excellency, that I cannot simply express. The college was proud too. Introducing college to you will be a future exercise, but you'll be happy to know that since its inception by our father of the nation, Govt in 1972, the college is working very hard keeping the mind in many achievements by the time and in future. And the college is by the time has achieved its highest academic position in the country and earned a good reputation for other international colleges because of high standard of exam, quality of training, monitoring of training, and performance of the fellows at home and abroad. Every fellow is knowledgeable and competent, but this could be further enriched if activities are exposed to other systems. Having an important visitor like you, who is a fellow of BCPS, is always the best occasion to discuss some related bilateral issues. Your Excellency, can we have some exchange program for training and consultancy for the interest of the fellows in near future? I would like to draw attention here that as you are the fellow of the college, so you know everything, the standard, the situ examinations, and the training. So this will be a humble submission to you as well, that we can consider when you go back to your home. I respectfully acknowledge His Excellency and Her Excellency for your time with us. I sincerely thank to all other members of the delegates, past presidents, councillors for being with us, making the program a success to a very high scale. I wish you the best of luck and good health. Long live BCPS, long live Bangladesh. Thank you.
Now is the most precious time, and address will be given by our chief guest, His Excellency Dr. Lotay Tshering, Honorable Prime Minister of the Royal Govt of the Bhutan. May I request Dr. Lotay Tshering to come on the podium and give his speech.
I actually don't know where to start from. And I decided not to talk too much, especially in this room today here, for 3 reasons. One, none of you will know that I should not be speaking too much in front of my wife. She's a psychiatrist and she'll start treating me. Two, many of my Bhutanese friends will not know that in this particular room, how much I sweat, because I took my Part 2 exam in this room. And many of my friends do not know that how much respect, at the same time, how much fear we used to have as a fellow student in front of our respected professors. Forget sitting in the same room and talking across the table. We will avoid walking at least a mile within the distance. So with this fear, I know I should not be talking too much, yet my heart says I should say few words. Few words because after the Part 2 exam in this hall, I was waiting downstairs for the results, because usually BCPS will declare the unofficial results the same evening. Morning, we were almost maybe 50 plus students taking the Part 2 exam. And that evening, only 4 of us got through. And as we were waiting downstairs, my Guruji, Professor Hon'ble came down and he said, "My boy, you did it." My professor was so proud of me because I was one of only 4 of the 4 students who passed. I was one of 2 who cleared the space Part 2 for the first time, appearing just for the first time. So with this, if you allow me to keep on speaking, I'll be speaking for the whole evening. So rather than that, to cut short a little bit, if I can turn back the clock, go back to 1994-95 side, when I had, as a 3rd-year medical student, I had a little epigastric pain, which slowly radiated towards my right iliac fossa. The resident physician then gave me some ranitidines and paracetamols and antispasmodics and asked me to rest. So I went out of the class, rested for the day. That night, next morning it got worse. So I came, and resident physician, we used to call him RP, I don't know if that post is still around. So RP admitted me to the student's cabin. That was in 1995. And then somebody came and diagnosed as acute appendicitis. And it was around 9 or 8 p.m. that I got operated. And that was Professor Hon'ble who operated me. So I thank Professor Hon'ble for many activities that he played in my life. Ever since the appendectomy, I became very close to Professor Hon'ble. I started following him. I started appreciating what surgery was. Until then, I wanted to be a pediatrician. And then, of course, with Professor Hon'ble's guidance, I migrated from Bangladesh Medical College to BCPS, Dhaka. I took my training from Mitford Medical College, Ceremonial Medical College, where our Honorable Health Secretary also did his MBBS from. Then I took my training there, and then for the Part 2 exam, where this particular hall, I took the exam. Then after graduation, I went to Bhutan. I'm trying to compress my story. I worked as a general surgeon in the best hospital in Bhutan, that is in Thimphu. After about 2 years, I was sent to the east, called Monga. It's about 2 days drive from Thimphu. And it was sometime in 2005 that I got a call from one of my very good friends, Dr. Shaukat. He's a cardiac surgeon now. We did FCPS together. I got a call from him and he said, "Oi, you should talk." I said, "Operation of He said, "Amadir sir, operation of I said, "What happened?" He told me that Professor Hon'ble got operated on his cervical disc prolapse. As soon as I heard that, the same evening I started my drive towards Thimphu. It takes 2 days to drive. So I drove the whole night. Next morning I reached Thimphu. I took the first bus towards border town. I drove to border town. I took a taxi to Bangladesh-India border. I took the night bus to Dhaka. And next morning, about 2 hours later, I reached Dhaka. And Professor Hon'ble was there lying on his post-operative bed in Shomurita Hospital. Because I really wanted to see him. He was sick and he gave me the surgical life. Because in Bhutanese, we believe that anybody, he or she, who teaches you a single word should be regarded as a teacher, not just this life, but even in the next life. So Professor Hon'ble may have taught me surgery, but all the professors here are part of my teachers. I learned a great deal. It's not just that I spent 10 years here. I spent the critical part of my 10 years here. I didn't just learn surgery here. I learned how to be a good human being. With this attitude, as I worked in Bhutan, I learned more. I knew that people needed more than surgeries from me. I knew that I could offer them more. I thought, if with 2 pair of hands, if I could do so much, maybe with the stroke of a pen, I can do more. Maybe I can target treating the policies of the country rather than patients. So that took me to politics in 2013. It didn't do that well. Yet I waited for 5 years. I volunteered to work as a surgeon in different parts of the country without salary. And then last election came. We fought hard for this election, mainly on health pledges. So my dear respected professors, health is important everywhere in the world. So health is also very important in Bhutan. The present party that I work for, which is in the government now, is formed by my friend Dr. Tandi. He is also a student of Mymensingh Medical College. We share the same room. He is 4 years senior to me. And then since it didn't do that well in 2013, we continued to take the health pledges more closer to our people. And then this time they gave us a chance. So we are very passionate that in Bhutan, health is very important. With this, I was very happy to hear about the collaboration between BCPS and health system of Bhutan. It will be to our advantage to take this offer. And with this, I have Health Minister, Her Excellency Tshering, and Honorable Health Secretary with me. So we will make sure that Bhutan derives a lot of benefit from seasoned college as well as members of the college of BCPS. So with these things, I was told that we are really running short of time. It's my honor. Thank you very much for having me today, and I look forward to coming again and again and working very closely with BCPS so that Bhutan will be benefited through the experiences that you have. Thank you very much.
Honorable Prime Minister of the Royal Government of Bhutan. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are now at the end of our session, and we would like to offer you snacks and tea. All are requested to remain seated, and our caterer will deliver the food momentarily. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister and Her Excellency Dr. Deva and all the dignitaries accompanying His Excellency for taking the troubles to come here and give us the time to enjoy their presence. Right? Our Honorable Prime Minister has got some other appointments with other dignitaries and officials, so he will quit, and the guests of our part, I'd like to request to sit and have the foods. Okay, thank you.